This video is going to be slightly different, where we normally review motorcycles. This one is going to be a review and my opinions and thoughts about the Edelweiss Bike Travel self-guided tour. I booked this tour earlier this year, and I chose Edelweiss Bike Travel because Edelweiss Bike Travel have been around since 1980. They're an established brand, and for me it made perfect sense to have a single point of entry where you pay one person and they do everything for you: motorcycles, accommodation and your route. Now when we arrived in Mieming, I was fairly upbeat. What's up everybody? We've just arrived at Mieming in Austria here at Edelweiss Bike Travel, and today we are going to be collecting our bike and hopefully we get to ride tomorrow. The weather is looking a bit iffy, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't really care as long as I'm on a motorbike. Brave words for somebody that was complaining about how wet he got on day one. Top tip when you travel, make sure you've got decent rain gear, no matter what time of year you're driving through Europe. This particular tour consists of 7 days of holiday. Day one is when you arrive and you pick up your motorcycle, and then there's 5 days of riding, and on the last day of the tour, day 7, you sleep over again in Mieming when you return the bike. When we picked up our motorcycle on the first day, my son and I just went for a quick spin around Mieming streets just to get oriented and get used to the bike. My son has never been on the back of a motorcycle, so for him it was quite an experience, and I just wanted to settle him and make sure that he could handle the GoPro and handle everything while we were riding. The next day we set off from Mieming on our first day, and we had rain literally for the entire day. For the entire 400 kilometers we just had rain. So I have no footage of the day. We didn't put the GoPro on because that would just be full of raindrops. The only footage that I have is the odd cell phone picture that we took when we sought refuge from the rain and stopped at a coffee shop for something sweet and some coffee. Day 2 started at Lake Millstatt, slightly overcast, but as the day progressed, the sun appeared through the clouds. We finally got to experience the road as we were meant to be ridden, and we could just take in the scenery. We blinked and we are in Italy. Day 3 we left Cortina and we went through one pass after the other. When we reached the Fedaya Lake, we were making good time and we took the cable car up to the top of the Marmolada Glacier. The Cortina Pass and the Sella Pass also didn't disappoint. We reached Bolzano fairly early, and that afternoon we went to visit Otzi the Iceman. On day 4 we rode from Bolzano to Lienz. 5 we left Lienz, and then we finally hit the Grossglockner Pass, probably the highlight of the trip. At the end of the trip, we handed the bike back in Mieming in Austria, and that evening we had nice Austrian food. Now the question is, would I book another Edelweiss tour? And the answer is definitely yes. These tours are well researched, the routes are really spectacular. You drive on some of the most spectacular roads. And the thing is, without local knowledge, some of the roads that we travel on you will not find in any route book or on any internet search. It really makes sense to book through a place like Edelweiss Bike Travel that know the area, that do have that local knowledge. All I had to do was to fill the bike every day and make sure that I had dinner in the evenings. Edelweiss Bike Travel have been around since 1980, so they are an established brand, they know what they're doing. Their motorcycle fleet is vast, so if you have a motorcycle, the chances are that you can rent a motorcycle that you are familiar with. And that makes the touring experience even better. For the more adventurous among you, Edelweiss also offers an e-bike tour, and they have spectacular routes through the Lake Districts of Austria and even up in Norway. So if you do want to check that out, I will be putting both a link for the motorcycle tour and the e-bike tours in the description, so do check it out. So as far as Edelweiss Bike Travel self-guided tours go, I can safely say that I've been there and I've done that, and I've got the t-shirt.